With the Seiko Sumo. Scuba Sumo. Prospex.
I am Ross.
I am Fedor.
And this is
Cheap Watch. Reviews.com.
And today we're looking at the Seiko Prospex SBDC001, and what's it nicknamed?
Sumo. Sumo.
Oh, sorry, Sumo.
Sumo.
There's a sound and then mo. Sumo.
You just that sounded like smo. Where's the U? I think you just said s'mores. Seiko s'mores.
That would be a good watch.
That would be a really tasty watch.
So, today we're looking at the Seiko Sumo, which is a really cool Prospex dive watch that you have to import. They don't actually sell it in America.
Yeah, they don't. The easiest place to pick them up is probably in the countless online sites that they have, either in Singapore or any of the Southeast Asian countries, which there are a few reliable sources for them.
Yep, and I see them on eBay, which...
I see them too. I don't know why you stole the limelight that you see them all on eBay and I don't. You made our viewers think that I don't see them on eBay.
Well, I mean, if you had said it, then this wouldn't have happened, so...
That's true. That's true. Whose line was that?
That was my line.
But why do you always get the good ones?
Because I write them. So, this is actually a really cool dive watch. And it's an actual ISO certified dive watch. And it's really refined. We really like it. So it is an automatic self-winding movement, as you can tell by the sweeping second hand. That's usually a pretty good indicator. It's a polished and stainless case, and it's actually a pretty sizable watch, which I assume that's why it's nicknamed the Sumo. It's kind of big and round. It's 45 millimeters without the crown, and with the crown it's 48 millimeters. It has pretty long lugs, 51 millimeters lug to lug. But it's not that thick. It's only about 14 millimeters in thickness. It's got a polished and brushed oyster-style bracelet. And the lug width is 20 millimeters, which a lot of people think is kind of small.
Yeah, and what I found actually in wearing is that it's incredibly comfortable, and it's actually not, it doesn't wear like a big 45 millimeter watch. It does wear considerably smaller due to its 14 millimeter height, which is actually quite reasonable for a watch like this. One of the features that I really enjoy actually is with the crown. You know this is a high-end watch because we have, what do we have? The hacking second hand. So as you can see, when I pull it out to change the time, the second hand stops. You can adjust it to, you can set it to the atomic clock or what have you, very precisely to the second.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's actually a nicer movement than a lot of the standard Seiko divers get. It's the 6R15, which is a hand-winding, hacking, 23 jewel movement.
Not to be confused with the AR-15 assault rifle.
Right, similar but different. It's a little bit more accurate than the other movements. It's rated about plus minus 25 seconds a day. It has a 50-hour power reserve, which is pretty nice, and it has a 6 beat per second sweeping second hand. And what did you experience in terms of accuracy?
In terms of accuracy, I got about plus 10 seconds every day, very consistently. So I was actually quite happy with it. This was under all conditions, being daily worn and only taken off at night. Yeah,
which is really pretty accurate for a watch in this price point. It is 200 meters water resistant, which is contributed by the screw-down crown and screw-down case back. It does have a date complication, which is pretty nice. And as a dive watch, it's 120 click unidirectional bezel, so you can time your safety stops.
Man, this feels nice.
Yeah, and it really does feel nice. You'll notice that the bezel is semi-shrouded, which is kind of cool. Some people love it, some people hate it. I tend to like it. The bezel is also beveled. The bezel is beveled, which is kind of a nice...
Bezel, bevel, bezel, bevel, bezel, bevel, bezel, bevel, bezel, bevel.
It does have a Hardlex crystal with AR coating, and there is some debate whether what's better for a dive watch, Hardlex or Sapphire. Hardlex apparently is easier to scratch, although better than mineral crystals, but it is more resistant to shock impacts. So maybe you're less likely to knock it against something and have it break while you're diving.
Or while you're in outer space.
Yeah, that's true. Which I go frequently.
I'm actually a space cadet on a regular basis.
That's how we met.
That is how we met.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. Watches, glorious, glorious. Watches. But some other really nice things about this watch. The finishing on the case is awesome. It's got, a nice mixture of polished and brushed finishes. Really, really high quality. Well, can I add something? It feels like the tolerances are incredibly tight on the watch, just all around. With the case, with the lugs, with the bezel, the coin edge on the bezel, just all around this, it just feels and looks like a much more high-end watch. Like, it's comparable to some of the higher-end Swiss watches, even.
Yeah, absolutely. There's very little about this watch that doesn't scream quality. The drilled lugs is a nice touch for quick bracelet changes, and the bracelet's quite nice too. Some people love it, some people hate it. Some people complain it's not wide enough. They want a 22 millimeter versus a 20, but I think it's
mostly
okay.
women, I feel like.
Yeah, mostly women. Yeah,
that it's not wide enough.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. It's too bad.
It's unfortunate.
The solid end links are very nice. Something that we really look for in our cheaper watches. So everything about it is really great. This one even has the Marine Master clasp, which is a nice mod that a lot of people do that actually has a ratcheting feature, so you can expand and contract it over your scuba suit.
Here, I can actually put it on and show that feature because it's actually worth a mention. So when you put it on, you can see this ratcheting feature. And then you can actually, let me open it so you can see. Is it open?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. And by yes, we mean no. So there we go. If you can see that. So this is actually closed right now, and this is a dive suit extension. And then you can kind of squeeze it together to fit the watch precisely to your liking on the wrist. And I think it's a thing of genius. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I think it's a great watch. There's very little I can find to complain about it. I think the only thing that I really would like is an 8 beat per second sweeping second hand, but that's the sort of thing you only really notice if you look really closely.
And only if you look, not just if you look.
Right, if you look once, not a big deal.
If you look twice,
you'll probably notice.
You'll probably notice and you'll be upset. Yeah. But it doesn't bother us because we never look twice.
Exactly. So this watch goes for about $600, $650 online for what I've seen. So really, it's a great steal.
Yeah, I can't agree more, and I've really enjoyed my time with this fine timepiece.
Look.
Look twice.
Look once.
Look.
Luke.
I am your father.
Cheese.
Sandwich.
Earlobes.
Lamp.
Chicken.
Pomegranate.
And Burger King.
Man hands.